Did you do it because you're a true American?
I did it because it needed to be done.
Fuck her right in the pussy!
So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this. In dozens of third-person games with playable female characters, the character's butt is brought to the forefront, and that's where the player's focus is directed. In Batman Arkham City, for instance, the player's gaze is drawn to Catwoman's behind.
I'm not a fan of video games.
Surrounding some 3 little words, and I don't understand why. It's just a bunch of people having hissy fits that their status quos are being challenged. Die, cis, scum. So, for those of you who've been living under a privileged rock your entire life and don't know what cis means, it's short for cisgender, which means that a long time ago, a doctor took 5 seconds to look at your baby genitals and say, you are going to be this person. And by some astronomical coincidence, you grew up and said, meh. And you know what? That's fine and dandy for some people, but for the rest of us, we're not entirely happy with what's on our birth certificates.
Did you hear? Did you hear? The girls are in control. We're reversing gender roles. We don't need men to say
Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Discrimination, racism, misogyny, you know, we're the other 98% whatever.
The 98% of what?
We're the other 98%.
Well, 53% of women voted for Donald Trump.
I know, it's very sad.
So 98% of who?
98% whatever. We're the other 98% whatever. I know, it's very sad.
Those time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
Snuck! Past and past part of sneak.
Turn down for
Confirm kill.
By every metric, men have it worse off. We're more likely to get raped if you include prison. We're more likely to be assaulted. We're more likely to die. We're more likely to commit suicide.
And you're not
if you want to come over to our side of it, then get ready for some rough times.
I will dispute the rape part, but I will say this. Industrial accidents, true. People who build bridges generally are men, and they often fall off them. I get that. You know, that happens. And war, that happens. So I guess, you know, total equality means there'll be more industrial accidents.
Yeah, great.
More counts.
Right, because you're not as smart or as good looking as women as a whole.
Yeah.
We are smarter and dumber than women.
Yes, that's true.
The is much wider. We have a wide variety. You guys are more sort of like a little bit dumb, a little bit smart. We're total morons and geniuses.
Gotcha, bitch.
Confirm kill.
Small, small,
what's the cure to our westernized kind of idea that it's okay to catcall at women and that sort of thing? What is the solution in your opinion?
What is the solution to catcalling? Certainly not walking around in my underwear.
My nigga, dope boys, my niggas. My nigga.
We want better! We want better! We hate Trump and we want to make a change!
How are we going to do it?
We want better!
Just like the things he says about women and like the racism.
Like what?
With the way things are, I think Trump is gaining a lot of ground because he's
Has Donald Trump said anything about being anti-LGBTQ?
He's anti-trans and anti-women, and he's...
How do you say that, though? Has he said anything specific?
I'm the president of Young Black Democrats of Western New York, and I would say that Donald Trump is a racist. I would say that he's a racist because he's made racist statements. He has racist racist ideologies. We'll go back to the Mexican statement that you mentioned. A generalization that Mexicans are racist and that they're...
Mexicans, though, it's not a race.
But I understand that, and I get that.
If you are illegally in Mexico and try to immigrate there illegally, do you know how you're dealt with in Mexico?
I'm not sure that's relevant to why we're here today.
Do you know, though?
Well, yes, I am aware of legal processes in Mexico.
So they're jailed and deported. Do you think the United States should deal with illegal immigration similarly or differently?
This interview is over.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump wants to just, stop the illegal immigrants from Mexico, not just Mexicans on mass.
Still, without the illegal immigrants, everyone is demanding $15 an hour, and the infrastructure will collapse.
What the fuck are you bitches babbling about?
Is it on? Okay. I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man, and do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job.
You know the majority of women...
Maybe women are smarter than men, and that's why they vote socialist.
Maybe you.
Maybe you what?
Maybe smarter than you.
Other, slightly horrendous other things. We have produced another pathetic, monstrous creature as a result of this phenomenon, known as the male feminist. This is about the most depressingly hilarious creation of modern life. A man who hates himself and his fellow man so much that he will say and do and believe literally anything that some dumpy, fat lesbian blogger tells him because he thinks he might get laid. Well, I can tell you the best these guys ever get is an unsatisfying handy in the back of a car.
Do you have, female friends?
Yeah, my wife.
You're stay at home.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
she raises the kids, yeah.
Oh, but so I have to raise kids. If I have kids, I can't work.
You don't have to have kids. But if you have a kid, you gotta love the kid. You try to give him the best.
But do you love the kid?
Yeah, that's why my wife.
Do you work?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Okay, so why don't you raise them too?
Because my wife isn't home raising them.
Why does a wife have to raise them?
Because I don't want them to go into a nursing, to have someone else raise them, and someone has to make the money.
Holy shit, can you check your privilege? Holy shit, can you check your privilege? I don't have to take this from you. You racist, cisgender, patriarch, propagating, misogynistic pig!
The funny thing is, in any other circumstance, you might have had a point there. Except my boss is a woman, I was a chick in the 40s, I hate everyone equally, and there's no one alive who could comprehend my sexual preference.
Check your privilege?
So in other words, Miss Fadwinkle, check your privilege.
Holy shit, can you check your privilege? You stop interrupting me! I am a woman and I can talk to you!
Then
Stop interrupting me!
Then talk.
Okay, can you stop interrupting me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you know what the word privilege means?
Do you know what the word privilege means? That's what she says now. And you can tell that she just cannot stop the tears from coming.
We're raising people's kids, yeah.
Go ahead. You know, in Israel, they have a system of like on the kibbutzim, there's like, you know, communal raising.
So being my shitlord self, and this is all hilarious, I have to go over there.
Can you tell us why you're crying? No.
I am the way your son don't need a gun to get respect.
Wow.
Under the sun.
Okay, well, when you do that, we're never going to have a civil discussion.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want to have a civil discussion. I want to call you assholes. By believing these ideas, you're inherently disrespectful of people of color,
so you don't,
of women,
really?
of gay people, of people with depression.
How are we inherently disrespectful to those people?
Because your policies hurt us, and you're white assholes, white bros.
Oh my God.
You're fucking a white male! Yes!
Really?
In America, yes! Look at all the fucking black people that are Mexicans. That's not a fucking issue compared to the black people that are police. Bullshit! The white guys are right! You're a white man! This is fucking bullshit!
Gosh, I'm so sorry that I'm white, and that automatically means I'm
So
evil.
a white guy's not allowed to have any opinion?
Well, you have shitty opinions. Like,
I mean, you're allowed to be as rude as you want, but
yeah, exactly.
at the end of the day,
and you're allowed to be as privileged and much of a dickbag as you want. And
except,
this is what you're
except
doing here.
let's see who's throwing the insults and who's being respectful to you and not calling
being
you.
respectful.
Oh,
These policies
so I'm
are not
so I'm
respectful.
so I'm
Listen
calling
to
you.
your
Let's look at
spiel and
socialist
you're
countries like
incorrect.
Venezuela.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How did the Soviet Union work out? They were socialist. They failed. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, I'm paying my loans. I don't have.
Yeah, he's paying his loans.
Yeah, that's nice for you.
We have these things called
white
scholarships.
Man.
We have.
So because I'm a white
because
man,
he's white,
not because I work.
How does?
Look at your ugly asshole face. Like, you are so into it that you can't even see it.
This is actually really funny. How pathetic this is.
I know, you're adorable. You're so cute. I love talking to guys like you because you're pathetic. You're like little worms, and I love it. You're so cute.
No,
so are you gonna make a point, or
I mean,
just
you know,
No, I'm just yelling at you.
the
That's
vast
my
majority
point.
of the people who work for us are women, actually.
Those poor people.
Let me just grab my stuff off the bus.